Hey there, Hoviness. It's me, Oscar, coming to you guys again for the video for this month. And I just hope all of you guys are doing well. And so, as I was thinking about what to share with you guys, I had a lot of trouble, not because I didn't have something to say, but just because there was a lot to say. As I was thinking about it, I was asking God, like, what is something that could benefit the Hoviness? And I was asking myself, what is something that I could say that would be of use for you guys? And I kept thinking and thinking, and I came across this verse in Matthew 16. It's actually 3 verses. It's 24 through 26, and it goes, "Then Jesus said to his disciples, 'If any of you want to be my followers, you must give up your own way. Take up your cross and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it. And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world, but lose your own soul? Is anything worth more than your own soul?'" And so as I was thinking about it, I don't think God or Jesus in this case is asking us not to pursue our dreams or not to pursue our desires. But I think what Jesus is trying to get to is that is there anything worth more than following God? Is there anything worth more than, in our case, than following Jesus? He gave up everything on that cross for us. There was nothing that he didn't do for us. He's not telling us that give up everything and just stop the world and just pursue him for his sake. He's saying, is there anything worth more that's worth more than God? I believe he's not asking us just to give up. I think he's asking us, if we can spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours studying, how is it possible that we can't give him 10 minutes of prayer? And I was thinking about it to myself, this word is just as much for me as it is for them. Because there's a lot of things going on within the world right now with culture. Culture tells us to do one thing while the Bible tells us to do another. We see a bunch of stuff on TV, the news, social media, and I think it gets hard because we start to see two different worlds. We start to see two different paths. We see what the world thinks is good and what God says is good. And God says, and in the Bible, it says that what man thinks is good is actually bad, and what God sees as bad, the world takes as good. So what I think that we should be doing in this day and age is that we should put a priority on God, a priority on reading the Word, a priority on praying, because that is really worth more than anything we could ever do right now. Yeah, we might find a successful career. We might have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a PhD. But at the end of the day, that is not what grants us our access to heaven. That's not what gives us God's presence. What gives us God's presence is carrying our cross, is denying ourselves, and being able to follow God with all our hearts, all our souls, all our minds, and all our strength. I believe God wants us to focus more on what is good for us in terms of what is actually going to bring us salvation. In 26 it says, "And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world, but lose your own soul?" Is anything in this world worth more than losing our soul? Because the only thing that can give us that full access to heaven is Jesus Christ. Is following him day by day, waking up in the morning, doing our daily devotionals, praying at night, giving thanks, reading the Bible, consuming this word. Now, like I said at the beginning, it's God is not asking us to give up, being successful, to pursue an education, or whatever the case may be. But let us not forget that the priority should always be God. There were 10 virgins in the same book of Matthew, and 5 of them fell asleep, and 5 of them gathered enough oil for when the groom would come at night. And what happened was that when they all woke up, 5 were ready and 5 weren't. So the 5 that weren't ready, they went and they went to go purchase more oil. But by the time they got to the groom, he said, "I don't know you." It was already too late. They were distracted. Let us not have anything that distracts us from God. 25 says, "If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it." Now again, I don't think God is literally telling us to go ahead and just give up our lives completely, at whatever the case may be. Now, for some case it might be, but right now I don't think that's what God is trying to get to. I think what God is saying, here, give me your passion, give me your desires, give me whatever it is that you want, your dreams. Because at the end of the day, what God wants for us is better than what we want for ourselves. And hoping as we go throughout this quarantine, there's still a lot more time to keep searching for God, to keep looking for God, to prioritize God if we haven't yet. Now, as I said from the beginning, I hope the message that I gave, or that I can give for this month, is really of use, because I reflected upon myself first, and I asked myself, have I been really prioritizing God? Have I put God first? Before my education, before my job, before my desires, before my wants, before everything else, have I denied myself to carry my cross, to put Him first? And that's what I hope that I can get across to you guys today, is that at the end of the day, the only thing that will get us to heaven, the only thing that will give us God's presence, the only thing that will get us closer to God is by following Him daily, by carrying our cross no matter how heavy it is. But anyways, that's the message that I had for you guys for this month. I hope it was of use for you guys, and I hope it benefits you guys. May God bless you guys. Hope you guys are still watching the videos, and I can't wait to see you guys here at church. God bless.